While the rest of the internet is drooling over Tall Lady, I have another question I'm curious about when it comes to Resident Evil Village, which people are oddly coy about calling Resident Evil 8 for some reason. What's going on with Mother Miranda? We're introduced to the character here in this religious shrine to her, where she's depicted at the center of a series of pictures with Tall Lady on one side and Gravedigger on the other. Later in the demo, she makes a brief appearance, murdering someone in a field. That's all the evidence we get, which brings us to the question raised by her strange mask. Who is she, and why is she hiding her face? There are any number of possibilities. The most obvious one is that she looks exactly like Mia, revealing that Mia had been a clone or genetic experiment the whole time, which would explain why she was working for the sinister organization and why Ethan and Mia's baby Rose is so important. It would be a genetic anomaly from a mother who shouldn't have been able to reproduce. Do they want the baby to continue Mother Miranda's line? Could it be the key to her surviving her own genetic breakdown? It's a decent theory, and it could be right, but it's not what I'm hoping the game will reveal. No, my prediction is that Mother Miranda will be revealed to be Lisa Trevor. Before I explain this, I'd like to make it clear that I have zero evidence to back this theory up. There is literally no good reason to suspect that Lisa Trevor and Mother Miranda are the same person, beyond my desperately wanting it to be so. So, who is Lisa Trevor? I'm sure most Resident Evil fans know, but let's quickly recap her whole deal. Lisa Trevor was the daughter of George and Jessica Trevor. George being the architect who built Spencer Mansion, the setting of Resident Evil 1, the remake. After the mansion was essentially complete, George was killed and his wife and daughter were grabbed and used for experiments. Jessica was executed when she failed to be a good host for the progenitor virus, while Lisa proved to be an excellent subject, her mutation making her effectively immortal, with cells that refused to age or die. Her brain was warped by the process, though, so she was barely able to function. This led to a horrific situation in which an Umbrella employee pretended to be her mother in order to manipulate her, and wound up with her face torn off for her trouble. Tearing off women's faces and wearing them became something of a thing with Lisa from there. She then spent the next 30 years being experimented on and sometimes escaping and being recaptured, all around the Spencer mansion. When we last saw Lisa Trevor, she was trapped under a chandelier in the mansion's entranceway when it exploded. Of course, given her superhuman resilience and healing abilities, there's every reason to believe that she survived the mansion incident and retreated once again to the caverns below the mansion or the woods around it. So what might have happened then? As we were shown in Resident Evil 7, the Trevor family is still around, since it's their company which built the impractical locks and secret passages in the Baker family residence. Perhaps they teamed up with the Spencers and Ashfords, or even Albert Wesker, to rescue and rehab Lisa. I know it seems far-fetched that Mother Miranda could be Lisa, since the last time we saw her she was a hunched, mutated mess. But it's been over 20 years since then, so who knows what the passage of time has done to her. Her wretched form could have been the result of years of starvation and abuse. Who knows how she'd look after some hot meals and some further genetic manipulation. She could have easily been sent to Hungary as part of the corporation's sinister plans and set up as some kind of a religious figure. Immortality will certainly help sell that, with her powers helping to explain all of the monsters that the company keeps making in the lab that's doubtless somewhere underneath the castle. So that's my theory. Mother Miranda is Lisa Trevor. I'm almost certainly wrong, of course, and it could very well be some kind of alpha version of Mia under the mask, or an even more preposterous and satisfying reveal. But I want it to be Lisa Trevor so very badly. And hey, if it's not Mother Miranda, maybe Lisa Trevor is this weirdo over here on the left? Wait, mind flash. Is Mother Miranda or Mia a perfected clone of Lisa Trevor? And that's what she would have looked like if she hadn't been genetically experimented on? Okay, I've officially gone mad. I'll wrap this up now. I've been the Hidden Object Guru. Thanks for watching the video. Special thanks to my Patreons Marissa and Desire. Patreon link below the video. Drop your questions and suggestions into the comments section. I'll see you back here for the next one, but until then, au revoir.